Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. This quote is by an unknown writer. Hope is putting faith to work when doubting would be easier. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. The Dow finished up 15. NASDAQ was flat. S&Ps were down 3. Gold contract up $6.80, trading at $1,204 an ounce. Gold, folks, we want to see more volume come in that market. You got price coming up slightly today, just slightly. Bottom line, we need more price and price spread. Silver. Better understanding in silver, no doubt. Silver was up 30 cents, trading at $16.53. What silver did have, silver had the wide price spread, had the accelerated volume. Silver basically, got inside a larger range, that larger range being the $16.30 price point, as silver makes its way back inside $16.79. 1679, folks. You make it back inside 1679, that's going to be a big number because that would put it that silver can get up to this 1837 level. Oil. What did the oil market do out here? What we had with the oil market is this. Oil rejected lower price, had lighter volume, went higher. So we hit a low today of $48.43. Finished out the day at 51, at 50.76. That basically is setting up, saying it wants to go to the top of the range out here. The top of the range is 55.02. Bonds. The bond market is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. The ever-ready bond market, folks, the 10-year went up 4 ticks. It's trading at 128.23. Had nice volume behind the move, 247,000 contracts. What that's setting up 10 years going to go back to this 130.29. We'll see whether it can take it out back to those highs. The 30-year, you talk about juice inside the 30-year, huge juice inside the 30-year, huge follow-through inside the 30-year. 30-year is trading at 146.31. Volume was 698,000 contracts. Big number, folks. That is saying the 30-year also wants to go back to the 151.20. That's the high that's out there. When we take a look at the actual yields, the 10-year is at 1.964, under the 2% once again. King dollar. Now, King dollar, folks, okay, is the number out here. And what we have with King dollar is this. King dollar pulled back today after having tried to take out its highs for the last 8 days. We pulled back on 25,000 contracts, which is light volume, by the way. What I suspect we're going to see probably tomorrow or the next day, King dollar is going to go after the swing low that was established out there on February 3rd. And we'll see whether, in fact, they can take that baby out. It's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, in the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. S&Ps, folks, bottom line, you're up at these levels on air. Extraordinary air, actually. The SPY today did 69 million shares. Yesterday it did 70 million, 72 million. Friday we had done 140 million. Even 140 million, folks, is light volume when you're taking highs out. Bottom line, until we get a turn in this market, you can get higher price. It basically closed, well, all the indices went to a higher high today. All of them had lighter volume, and all of them, well, no, the Dow didn't. Let me see if the Dow did. Coming into the close, what had happened is the S&P gave up its high. The Dow, I don't think the Dow did. Dow was up 15 bucks. No, the Dow didn't give it up. Dow got and stayed to a higher high. The Dow had got to 244, closed at 224. The high of yesterday at the close was, well, actually, the high was 231. Bottom line, you're at a higher high. The contraction in volume across all the ETF structures say a huge amount. There's no two ways about that. Huge amount. Inside the market out here today, you had some high volatility, no doubt. Hewlett-Packard basically took it on the chin. That was on the downside. On the upside, you had McDonald's up at 378. That was a nice move by McDonald's, no doubt. Some of the high-volume stocks in this low-volume market, this is what you had. American Express was up $1.32. That's a dead cat bounce. Big Blue down 214. That wants to go lower. United Health down 143. That was just a normal retracement. Big Mac is the one that really had some juice behind that move out here. So if we take a look at Big Mac MCD, what you're going to see is you talk about unusual that a large cap like this, well, particularly something that's been a dog, can move like that. Well, it moved with volume. 16 million shares traded out here. So big numbers. Hewlett-Packard, HPQ, just the opposite. Hewlett-Packard got toasted, roasted, all of the above. Hewlett-Packard, HPQ, it had opened yesterday, and it closed yesterday, rather, at a price point of $38.70. Opened today at a price point of $35.36. Closed out at $34.67. Did volume of 62 million, and talk about breaking bead points with volume, man. It just took it apart. So Big Blue, I mean, Hewlett-Packard is going to be going after this $31.75 level. That's where that wants to go after right now. So we'll see how that does shake out. Lumber Liquidators, that's an equity that just got absolutely toasted and roasted. Lumber Liquidators had come out with their numbers, folks, and the numbers were not great, but what that was all about is that evidently inside the conference call this morning, so Lumber Liquidators was down $18. It's trading at $50 now. And with that, on the conference call, they disclosed that bottom line is that 60 Minutes is going to do a piece on them, and what they said specifically is that the piece was going to not be too pretty. That's what that comes down to. Some of the Dow stocks out here we're taking a look at. You had ExxonMobil up 18. Disney was up 90. Let's see, Honeywell was up 9. You had Johnson & Johnson up 51. And Johnson & Johnson is having huge problems. J&J, folks, okay, for some reason, has been on this downtrend, and folks are selling it. That's what it really comes down to. That also has a high volume low at that October 15th level, that 95.10 area. And if we just do go back to Lumber Liquidators for a second, what you are going to see, and this is what's so crazy, folks, each and every one of these stocks, they're just making their way back to this October 15th swing low. Now, the bizarre thing about Lumber Liquidators is that they made it back in a day. Yesterday, the stock was $70. The swing low that it's going after, the high of the swing low, watch how crazy this is, folks. The high of the swing low, the high volume swing low in that October 15th, because that's your benchmark out there, is approximately, what, 49.50. We hit 49.80. It closed out at 50.63. That's going to blow it away. So that benchmark is important across all markets, all sectors, including the S&P. And when you take a look, this is the most bizarre part when you look at the S&P. If we just put the SPY up there for a second, and if you want to see how much higher we are, and it's like, okay, what's going to drive the SPY down there? We're at 211.63. The swing high of the low of October 15th is 187.58. The low is 182.89. It's like, okay, we'll see what's going to end up driving it down to those lower levels. But I do expect that the S&P will get there, the NASDAQ will get there. If we take a look at the 3Qs for a second. Because what you don't have is that the 3Qs are at 108.83, and you're talking about 90 to 92 inside the 3Qs. If we go to the IWM, we take a look at the Russell 2000, the small caps. That's at 122.80, and we're talking about 103.54. There was a great quote today inside our Tiger's Den. Let me see if I can find this quote, because I thought this is just perfect for the type of market that we're in. And what it was about is, come on, I got to find this thing. And what it was about anyway was this, is that the headline news tonight, The Dow is down 3 points. It was something to that gist, folks. Okay, it was very applicable as to where we are inside these markets. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Don't forget, folks, Mr. Andy Heck is going to be doing a webinar tonight. It's going to be on the oil market. It's free. It's from 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. So if you happen to be driving in your car, driving home right now, you can make it. If you can't make it on time, you can still sign up because it's going to be on your page. You can go over it. Outstanding webinar. 5 to 6 tonight. Check it out. We're going to be right back, folks.